Okay, let's ride. Greetings, brothers and sisters. World, hello world, hello America, Melanoid Nation everywhere. Man, woman, child, the original Trinity, Asar, Aset, Haru. Welcome to the fortress. Welcome to the Terror Dome. Welcome to the stronghold. Not only intelligent black thought, but intelligent black progressiveness. Black first, always, always first, and forever. This is once again your host, and welcome to the amazing show. This is once again your host, the original Knight Rider himself, the true Black Knight, Mr. O. I come to y'all this Thursday morning. Now, due to the fact that first thing first, I want to send some apology to my subscribers. I know I was supposed to be on Monday, but I had to deal with some business, doing some upgrades and stuff. Still ongoing, but they're almost completed. And also to all the tech heads, I couldn't do Tuesday night tech because I had other engagements, business engagements I had to ascertain and take care of, and they were proven not to be productive. So my apologies on all that. But then here's something that is funny that is rather ironic. Yesterday I found out, you're gonna laugh off of this, that from my show that I also broadcast live, via Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. And it came to my attention that due to the rules and conduct, whatever like that, they had a problem, took down a post of what I said. I think it had something to do with one of my podcasts in reference to Coon Hunters Thursday, maybe in reference to Trick Daddy. Well, it's just so happened to find out some troll, whoever it was, took offense to what I said. And therefore, as of effective since yesterday, that my Facebook account has been temporarily blocked. In other words, I happen to be on Facebook lockdown, happen to be incarcerated for 3 days over there in Facebook jail, which I call Race Book, Fool's Book, Fed Book, and Lame Book. But never mind the fact of the matter that, if it's some white Confederate flag flying, knuckle dragging, hairback, flea and tick infested, no neck, non-hygienical troglodyte can post anything they want on there Nothing happens. But I guess that's the attention that you get when you posting too much, when you go at them super hard and you come real with it, especially when it comes to the unification and the liberation and the education and the education of your own people. When you stand up for your own people. If you're not over there on Facebook, talking about Empire or Scandal or the new Tyler Perry Medea movie, it's a problem. But they don't want you to talk about the birth of a nation, talking about the historical Nat Turner. So with that in mind, I continue to go ahead and move forward. 3 days, 72 hours, who cares? I have still other platforms to attend to. And speaking of attend to, I want to go ahead and bring y'all attention to something that basically brought a smile to my face. First off, shout out to Ticket TV. Shout out to J-Town Biz. And shout out to LIVZ. Shout out to all them cats, man. My main man, Irv Griffin. Tariq Nasheed. All of them, man. This is Superboy 223. Yeah, shout out to 93 Sports News too, but I think he's gonna like this as well because I know he's listening in. If you're up this morning, the chat room is open. Come on over there to Spreaker.com. If you're on the PC, if you're on mobile, download the app Spreaker, and Spreaker Podcast Radio. That's the app with the yellow star, and download it and type in hashtag The Amazing Show. And you can come on in through the chat room because I'm broadcasting live via Twitter, YouTube, and Tumblr. Also, shout out to the Jedi too. But I want to go ahead and get into this right now. The news that I had gotten, as y'all well know, the 49ers have a bye week for NFL. Oh, and by the way, shout out to the Chicago Cubs for winning the World Series, as I said they would have did. I predicted that. People didn't believe me. Everybody thought it was going to be them so-called Believe Land Indians. Who cares? But shout out to them, though, for doing that, though. It's been something there for Chicago, this whole thing. The Bulls starting off to a good start, despite that they lost to the Celtics by, 7 points last night. The Bears did their thing on Halloween, and now the Cubs are world champions. But let's get away from that, though. But this is pertaining to sports, but I don't want to talk about that right now. What I do want to talk about is what brought a smile to my face back to the 49ers. Colin Kaepernick, fellow Scorpio, and if you're listening to this, Colin Kaepernick, happy pre-belated. Tomorrow would be his birthday. Colin would be like 29 years old. So, everybody make it over there to his Twitter account, man. Wish Colin a happy 29th birthday. But Colin Kaepernick has been, has never ceased to amaze me for these past few weeks, these past several weeks. And because he definitely stepped it up, because what he did during the bye week, he put in that work, and hosting a event that he founded called the Know Your Rights event. You know, working with like in the inner city youth in the neighboring areas, not only San Francisco but Oakland, Richmond, California, all through the Bay Area. And I'm gonna just go ahead. This article coming like from Vibe magazine, written by Latifa Muhammad, and I'm just gonna read it there. Read the article, and then I'm gonna just go ahead and come with my commentary after that. Colin Kaepernick has found his calling. While football may have allotted him the platform to bring awareness on social issues like police brutality, the 28-year-old athlete's mission is much bigger than kneeling during the national anthem. Instead of going on vacation for the 49ers' recent bye week, the Wisconsin native used his time to further empower young minds. And to prove that he's about action, Kaepernick hosted a youth mentorship event dubbed Know Your Rights Camp in Oakland, California, which was Saturday. Just passed. Now, as the San Jose Mercury News reports, 100 black and Latino youths from 19 community organizations throughout the Bay Area attended the event at the Impact Hub Oakland. This is just the beginning, man. You know, what we done here today in Oakland, we want to do all over the country, in cities all over this country, by bringing together local leaders, local activists, and local youths, and not only giving them skills and lessons they need, but we want to show them how much we love and value them, as it should. The idea has been 6 months in the making for Kaepernick, who was involved in the planning and execution and hand-picked workshops and speakers to discuss everything from college options to advice on interacting with police and the power of self-love. And, you know, like I said, inspired by the Black Panther Party's 10-point platform. Yep, that's true. Kaepernick also created black t-shirts for the events, featuring the following 10 rights. Number 1, you have the right to be free. Number 2, you have the right to be healthy. Number 3, you have the right to be brilliant. Number 4, you have the right to be safe. Now that is especially important, especially when you got these race soldiers dressed as law enforcement officers want to go after our babies and stuff like they went after Trayvon Martin and Tamir Rice. 5, you have the right to be loved. 6, you have the right to be courageous. 7, you have the right to be alive. 8, you have the right to be trusted. 9, you have the right to be educated. And 10, you have the right to know your rights. That is so true. Like this, yeah. It follows just right there in similarity with the Black Panther Party's 10-point platform, the original and the new one. On top of that, you know, in addition, attendees received backpacks, subscriptions to Ancestry.com. That is a plus. To learn more about their heritage, and a copy of the book, The Autobiography of Malcolm X. Now, despite being scrutinized for protesting the anthem, Kaepernick's focus isn't on those refusing to support or even understand his motivation. Exactly. You know, I know what my purpose is, that he told the Mercury News. I know what my goal is. My convictions in that is strong enough that it doesn't matter what anybody says, because I know it's right. And the fact that 100 kids will come out here on a Saturday morning on their free time to do this early in the morning, that shows that they believe in this. They believe in this too. I'm gonna just go ahead and stop right now, because that's the end of it right there. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm like wild. I'm like really, really wild. You know, because see, like, this would have been something, like I said this once in my previous podcast, bigging up Colin Kaepernick, because he's gonna get much love. He gonna get major love over here at the Amazing Show, definitely. Just like Shannon Sharp, and just like everybody else that basically any of our melanoid people of indigenous origins here in the Americas and abroad, that stand up for our people in the face of adversity and injustice. Muhammad Ali is definitely smiling proud on this brother. And on top of that, and Tareem Rain had brought up something too, that Colin, like when he started doing this, he, like I said, he's a Scorpio like myself. So we both got one thing in common. We both do our homework. We both do our research. We both do our research, and through his research, when he said about with Ancestry, getting a free subscription to the kids at Ancestry.com, that's how you can find out about your heritage and about your bloodline, about, where you truly from. And he did it himself and all that. And came to find out that, he's him being the offspring of a biracial couple, with his no good mama throwing him under the bus. I'm sorry, let me take that back. No disrespect, but nonetheless, though, she was stupid to even come out there and try to throw shade on her own offspring. During at that time, that he found out that his ancestry, that his family lineage is basically from Ghana, out in West Africa, part of the once part of the Moorish Empire, which explains the reason why he grew the afro. Basically, make me kind of jealous, shoot, because I remember when I grew my fro, it was just like that. So that's a good thing, like that. I mean, like, he has never ceases to amaze me. I mean, never mind with with him refusing to stand up for the national anthem, which is very true, because after all, the national anthem, particularly the last stanza, written by racist white supremacist Francis Scott Key, to even go ahead and kneeling down, from being scrutinized from white butt licking, buck dancing coons like Victor Cruz and Jerry Rice, Deion Sanders, Ray Lewis, Rodney Harrison, Lil Wayne, Fat Joe, Shaq. I'm going down the list. I'm gonna call all these fools out. And any other coons that's even non-athletes, even people that I know, that basically trying to throw shade on Colin Kaepernick. Sure. Now Richard Sherman at one time was wearing that little coon hat, but he realized he took that shit off, and started to realize him being from Compton. Now he's seeing what Kaepernick trying to do. Jerry Rice tried to backtrack on his, saying that he didn't have no idea to understand what Black Lives Matter was about, and he not support Kaepernick. No, don't backtrack now. You made your bed, not lying. So as far as I'm concerned with Jerry Rice, he could stay right over there where he at. Same thing go for Stephen A. Smith. Same thing go for a lot of these cats that's out here blasting the black community in mixed company, but they're not contributing to anything, because that's just odd, because it's just coincidence. Just yesterday, I was on my way to work, via Uber, and the brother, and I'm gonna put that in quotes, the brother who took me, he was already asked him, I asked him how his day going and all this. He said about like how some Somebody want to get like 7 bags of dirty clothes, want to take it to the wash house, blah blah blah, saying like you don't need a truck and all this stuff. Then it goes from that to he started talking about, going on the black on black, what about black on black crime thing. Then talk about Black Lives Matter, talking about saying that we killing each other so and so out here every day like this. So I didn't say nothing. Now you know me being the Scorpio and me, I'm like a volcano that's just like this. So I just sat there and listened. And to be honest with you, look, yes, of course we got issues. We got crime in our community. You heard me say this plenty of times. Of course we do. But quite the contrary, black on black crime happens to be a myth. So I said, as soon as I listened, then I said, it's my time to go ahead and speak. I say, let me explain something to you. Because see, a lot of the stuff that you see going on in the inner cities with crime in the inner cities, all that is due to economic deprivation. That's something that he didn't understand about. He was taken back and all that. Now keep in mind, the brother, see, he wants to make it clear that that he's from Jamaica. That ain't got jack shit to do you being over here. Because you riding around here in a $50,000 car, customized 2015 Chrysler 300. Chrysler 300. Unfortunately, he's one of those type of brothers. I mean, he one of them type of cats. I think caught up in the trappings and all that. Due to economic deprivation, when you pull out resources like education, or proper education, decent health care, and resources that could lead to like not only just creating jobs in the inner city, but also workshops to create entrepreneurship, so that way our children can, instead of focusing on being employees for a corporation, they can be more progressive and be business owners. He had no argument with me on that. So what he does, he goes around in a circle and dance around it and want to talk about his upbringing, about like how he lived in a house with a dirt floor and telling his mom taught him about a scripture from the Bible. And I noticed he kept on mentioning that. And my next question was going to ask him, okay, let me ask you a question. Where was your father in all this? That was going to be my next question, But I didn't want to go too hard at him because he looked like he sounded, the way how he sounded like he was caught up in his feelings. And keep in mind, now he's about in his like early to maybe mid 40s. He's one of those sensitive type dudes, emotionally unstable. But you driving like that for Uber. But then you complaining about somebody bringing dirty clothes in your car and all this stuff. Who told you to get out here and be driving a $50,000 ride? If you're gonna be doing Uber, why the hell are you doing that? I mean, why the hell are you using a $50,000 car to do it? Don't make no sense to me. So, like, really, to tell you the truth, I really kind of chuckle at this because that is the basic definition of a coon right there. Because you criticizing the black community more than you contributing to it, but you talking about saying it even hurts me to even say this and stuff like that. No, it don't. Because if it hurted you to say that and all that, you would have known, you would have had solutions for the situations in the community. See, when somebody come to me and they have a problem, I always tell them, they explain the problem to me. I sit right down with them and I put their heads together. I say, like, look, You talking about the problem, here's the solution to it. It's always a solution to a problem. And anything I was good at in school, I was good at solving problems. Okay? We ain't got time for these coons. But I'ma say my ethering for Coon Hunters Thursday later on tonight. Tune in around that at 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. tonight. So the subject is about that with Colin Kaepernick. So that was just a perfect example, and as Willie D pointed out, and I totally agree. When it comes down to cats like that, if your criticism of the black communities outweigh your contribution, you're a coon. Point blank, plain and simple. And over here on the Amazing Show, we don't do that coon talk over here. We don't coon over here. That goes for anybody that comes in my chat room or anybody that trolls. But back to Colin though. Colin Kaepernick, I have to give my hat tip off to this brother. I stand behind him 15 million %. For doing what he doing. Because he's been ceasing to amaze me. Even when the part where he even bought out his own insurance policy that the 49ers took from him, he went and bought it out. It was a $7 million insurance policy, and he went and bought it out. Not only that, that he's strong on his principles. Like I say, Scorpio, baby, we very strong on our principles, and very strong will, very self-discipline. But he's also very smart too. I just wish, personally, I wish a lot more of these black athletes would go ahead and try to and use their platform to take a stand about what's going on out here. They're too busy around here, want to kowtow, they want to buck dance, tap dance, and coon. Isn't that right, Floyd Mayweather? Isn't that right, Layla Ali? And isn't that right, LeBron James? All you guys going with this all lives matter stuff, it's really getting on my nerves. Anytime I hear somebody say that crap, that just turns me off right there. Because as Irv Griffin had pointed out, and I said I'm saying the same doggone thing. That all lives matter junk is total BS. Total BS. Something that a bunch of closet racist white folks, white supremacists come up with. Just to come up with. They want to pull up this illusion that America is great. America's always great. Till the Neanderthals came over here and being illegal alien squatters. And everything that they saying about Colin Kaepernick, calling him this, calling him that, like I said, y'all proving him right every time. Y'all proved him right by showing the ignorance that spews out your mouth, the vitriol that come between your gums. And Colin knew that he gonna be in for a fight. That's why he tripled down like he did. Not just athletes, but entertainers too. A lot of these entertainers are not really doing that. But see, as of late in the NFL, you see Colin Kaepernick's no longer alone. Because see, you have several other NFL players that's also taking that stance too. Of retired Miami Dolphin, former Houston Texan Adrian Foster, along with Kenny Stills. Another one is you seen the picture of the Miami Dolphin players who took a knee, refusing to stand for the national anthem. Brandon Marshall, not that Brandon Marshall from New York Jets, Brandon Marshall for the Denver Broncos, who refused to stand up for the national anthem. As you know, which cost him 2 endorsements, one with USA, but that, like Colin said, that was embarrassing. That's embarrassing and ignorant of those two organizations. That's embarrassing of those 2 organizations too, because they so worried about somebody that's got a strong character, and y'all can't handle that. But kudos go out to Colin Kaepernick because for holding this program, the Know Your Rights program. And I said when I heard about it, and from Taurine Rain when he did it, and I'm doing it, it was like, wow, it is so much in common with the Black Panthers Party's 10-point program. And the one thing about one of the points, number 9, you have the right to be educated. I think he also was talking about in there too about being financially educated, which is something that's vehemently missing in the black community too, because a lot of our people, and I've explained this plenty of times on Historical Economic Saturday show, about us being financially literate and financially educated. Because see, a lot of our people are not trying to like go ahead and do that. But since Killer Mike and Usher started the hashtag the Bank Black movement, you know, one of the black owned banks here in my apologies, stupid thing. Every time it never fails. One of the black owned banks here in Miami, which happens to be One United Bank, who I currently open one up with. Every weekend they hold an event, you know, so y'all could go up there and learn how to teaches events on financial literacy and what accounts be like and all this, and what can you do your money, build your credit up, things like that. Because see, for a community to prosper, that's the one thing that part had done. We did it once and we can do it again. Black Wall Street, Rosewood, a lot of that it was perfect examples. But see, what the so-called dominant society don't like is the fact that, in their words, they say like when quote unquote property of theirs who end up getting their freedom and start, you know, depending on each other and building with each other, not only built with each other but also outdoing them and basically keeping themselves. See, majority of white people, they don't like that. They don't want to see nobody that looks like them outdo them in anything. See, like with Black Wall Street, that's what started the race riots in Tulsa. Based on a lie talking about saying that, you know, same thing in Rosewood, you know, because both had the same thing. We both had our own stores, we both had our own movie theaters, even our own form of transportation as regard to Black Wall Street in Tulsa. Black doctors, black this. We didn't need nobody for that. We kept the money circulating here. But see, that's how white supremacists go ahead and work. That's exactly how they work. But the Bank Black movement definitely is still going headstrong. Even when I went there to open our account, Soon as I left, I seen like 3 or 4 more sisters coming in there opening up accounts. That definitely brought a smile to my face, because it finally like this. Like, look, we found, they figured it out. The key to defeating white supremacy is through economics. Black dollars move mountains, move territories, hell, move continents. Black dollars scares the white supremacy establishment. Point blank. And on top of that too, also out of all that whole thing too, that's also how groups like the Deacon of Defense came about as well. And the reason why I'm bringing up the Deacons of Defense, because I can't need to shake the feeling, of the Amon Bundy situation, about how 7 of the Moonshine Mafia, the Moonshine Hillbillies, the Bundy Hillbillies, how they got acquitted for their little thing. But I'm going to leave that one alone. I'm going to do that for another time, because I want to make sure I get everything right. So stay tuned for that one. But back to, to finish this off, the shout out goes to Colin Kaepernick, man, for keeping it 100 on this. For keeping it 100 on that Know Your Rights program, and people, let's go ahead and let's get this going. Let's get this going. Let's get this match catch to an inferno, so we can spread it all out. Because why restrict it over there? You could probably spread it right over there to LA. You can spread it over there to Las Vegas. You can spread it over there to Oregon, where the biggest form of gentrification is going on. Same as in Washington State, preferably Seattle. We could bring it all the way over here to Chicago, to Cleveland, Detroit, Indianapolis, Columbus, Ohio. You want to go there on top of that, all the way down to Memphis, Tennessee, to Houston, Dallas, Birmingham, Mobile, New Orleans, Shreveport, Jackson, Mississippi, Aberdeen, Mississippi, Atlanta, the Carolinas, Charlotte, Columbia, South Carolina, Charleston, all through there, all the way down to Jacksonville, Tallahassee, Ocala, Gainesville, Orlando, Tampa, St. Petersburg, West Palm Beach, Fort Lauderdale, Miami. Take it all the way up to everywhere. Because the problem is, I'm saying like this. Colin Kaepernick is strengthening his stance, and he continues to strengthen his stance. And like I said, he never ceases to amaze me. This right here basically brings a smile to my face. I enjoy it. The Know Your Rights campaign, because I did have another picture. I'm going to try to see if I can post it up on my Twitter feed, with him talking to former Black Panther, who basically stopped by for that, Erica Huggins. She's legendary, man. Right up there with Kathleen Cleaver and Angela Davis. Yeah, and on top of that, this concludes this morning's broadcast, though, of the Amazing Show. And if you want to, go down there and go to Spreaker as well. So I just want y'all to go ahead and keep that going on right there. Keep that feed going on. So on and so forth. meantime, that concludes my broadcast for today. Make sure you stay tuned for later on tonight for Coon Hunters Thursdays. Make sure you stay buck for later on tonight for Coon Hunters Thursday. I think I know who I'm going to target it. And the 93 Sports News, J-Town Bears, J-Town Bears, Ticket TV, Taurine Rain, Irv Griffin Jr., Jay Miller Speaks, Mr. Superboy 223, Kimberly Frazier, Phil the Advise Show. Y'all going to be listening in because you ain't going to believe who I'm going to go at this time, though. But for my subscribers and for my fans, and especially like over there on Fedbook, you can still get at me through Twitter, through my Twitter feed, which happens to be Twitter feed Armin_Ra_7. So this your gracious host, the Black Knight himself, the true Knight Rider, Mr. O, signing off. And James, let's roll, man.